What's good, Kinganda? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson, and I'm back at it again with another episode of Dear African Americans. And today we have a very great topic. The question is, drum roll please, do African Americans have an advantage when they repatriate to Africa? And I believe a lot of people ask this question. Now, let's stop the show. Here's some negative myths about that, because a lot of people in America that are African American believe that because you went to college, or because you have CEO experience, or because you have certain experiences in America, now automatically means that you become successful on the continent of Africa. And you can be able to outcompete somebody else in the local market. Now, that's a very good hypothesis, but usually I don't think that's the case. A lot of African Americans that leave a larger economy to come to Uganda or to come to Ghana, and then you want to get in the, let's say the poultry business, you want to get into the chicken business that Ugandans have, and you're trying to learn that business and be successful and compete with them in their own businesses, good luck to you. Don't think it's going to work, in my opinion, right? Coming here to compete in the local market against people on a smaller scale, you just don't have the firepower. You just don't, right? In my opinion, I've seen almost everybody that I know in that fail except for like one or two people. And they've been, kind of coming back and forth for like 15 years to the continent. And that's for the Daniel Simmons out in Ghana. But here's the one advantage that you do have in this one market that's still untapped: social media. All right? Now, if you're a person wanting to get into farming, you want to do things like that, why not leverage social media to do so? And here's the thing: you don't have to really know a whole lot about video editing. You don't have to know a whole lot about YouTube producing or Facebook producing, because I'm going to prove to you that social media industry is the number one advantage African Americans have over anybody else in the market, right? Now, let's look at Black Acres of the Gambia. Now, the Black Acres from the Gambia is a family, I believe they're from the Chicago, Illinois area, right? And they wanted to come back about 4 years ago to the continent of Africa. They're not video producers, not film producers, and things like that. But do you know what they have? They have valuable information because they were willing to take the risk. And when they moved to the Gambia, they started documenting their experience, and it influenced other people to want to move to the Gambia. I actually heard Art Cathy say that, right? And what I want to talk to you about is, a lot of times your experience in Africa exposes you to a whole new economy, the pro-Black economy, the African American economy, even the American economy, right? Because the thing about it is, and I don't mean this in any form of respect, everybody wants to know the African American experience in Africa. Now, if you're a person that's like from Nigeria and you move to South Africa and you document your experience, I don't think people care a lot about that, right? Even a lot of the British YouTubers, I mean, shout out to Natural Ghana Girl, you have Julia over at Blacksit. People do care a little bit more, but not as much so as African Americans, because we're like 40 million people in the population, right? And we're the ones that were taken from Africa in slave ships, so you have that story. So why not maximize that, right? Why not take it as an opportunity and become a leader and an insider in the business? This is what Black Acres of the Gambia is doing. They've opened up so many different opportunities with possibly tourism. People, they have a monetized channel. They make more money like that. They probably can open up consultations. People do it all the time. Shout out to Native Born YouTube channel. He was a person that decided to come to the continent, right? And he came to the continent, came once and left, came back. Now they have multiple businesses, multiple opportunities. They're starting a social media network. And here's a guy I met, King Obatunda. Now stop the show. When I met him, now this is a true story. he sent me a message on Instagram to the King Ghana Instagram page, and he said, "Yo, I'll be going to Uganda soon. I'd like to talk to you." At the time, I wasn't able to respond to the message, but when I believe I was in Doha, Qatar. I flew from Poland to Doha on my way back to Kampala, and guess who I ran into? This big, huge guy that was like, "Yo, Oshay!" And it was King Obatunda. When I met him, he only had 300 subscribers. But now he has a flourishing channel with over 2,600 subscribers. And you know who reached out to him? BBC, right? The documentary. And he was featured on there about African Americans who moved back to Uganda. He was on Urban TV here in Kampala, right? And so what I'm saying is that's another opportunity as a supplemental income for him to be able to market his services, right? And he's doing better. I want to talk about this. When you want to come back to Africa and you want to start competing in the local businesses, I'm not saying that you can't, but you have to understand that it is hard. Bring a new business to the continent by using social media. You can leverage a lot of opportunity for yourself. Same thing with brother RJ Mahdi out in Senegal. He's using YouTube and Facebook and Instagram to leverage his whole opportunity to the whole diaspora versus just focusing on, what he might be doing locally. All of that is now, it has all magnified, right? I think a lot of African Americans, when you come to Africa as an African American, that is your advantage. Your advantage is everybody wants to know your experience, and you can turn that into a very profitable business. Same thing I was talking about with King Ghana channel, and many people were talking about this with me. I didn't want to get on camera on King Ghana. I wanted to let other people do it and stuff like that. And shout out to the brother George Macon. He was telling me, "Yo, Oshay, you're missing out a big opportunity because people would love for you to see you in Africa. People want to see you outside of Africa. People want to see you doing things in Africa." And I was like, well, I don't think I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to be out there. He said, "No, brother, you're missing a big opportunity." But do you know what? Since I've been coming on the channel a lot more, since I've been talking about my experiences more, you know what? We've seen the numbers multiply, right? I could tell you personally that if you're an African American in Africa, you are worth your weight in gold, right? As long as you're able to produce the content, the African American family will trust you, African Americans will support you, the Black British will support you, and everybody watches, all right? When I put this show up that calls Dear African Americans, it's not just African Americans watching, it's Kenyans watching, right? They're interested in the content. Black British watch, South Africans watch. Everybody wants to know the African American experience in Africa because we were the biggest group that were taken away. So people want to know how it works. So come and leverage that opportunity for you to expose yourself, you to expose your brand. People, if they know you and you're nice, people will give you opportunities on the continent just like anywhere else. You can talk to bigger people in quicker time spans. You can get involved with a lot of big brands. So use leverage the fact that you're an African American on the continent. This is what Dynasty Amir did. Let me stop the show there. Dynasty Amir is my brother. We both from the same city. He's a year younger than me. All right, we both went to, at one time, Christian Brothers High School when he was a All-American running back playing for Christian Brothers. But do you know what? When Dynas started going to Africa and started documenting his experience, he then got Nigerian citizenship and became what? A prince. That's leveraging your experience. People want to help African Americans that are actually interested in Africa. You can get things like citizenship. You can move the bar a lot faster. People actually want to know about them more. Use Facebook, Instagram, social media. Collab, do interviews with other people, build the community with the content, and you'd be surprised how financially rewarding that can be and how many doors open for you versus just coming to Africa trying to compete against the local economy and the local market for dollars that are just maybe minimal when the whole world is open to you on social media. So guys, use those tips. I really thank you for all that you're doing. It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of Dear Black Americans. And as you know, keep it real. King Ghana forever. We are out.